Hey y'all, I like to talk about Rui Hachimura and DeAndre Ayton. And I talk about them together because they both have very similar roles and they fulfill them so well that it's almost like they're all-stars in my opinion. I grew up on the 80s Lakers, and those two remind me of Byron Scott and AC Green. And a lot of people remember the names, but they neither. I think Byron made the All-Star team once or twice, but at one point he was averaging like 22, 23 points a game. AC Green, I don't think he ever made an All-Star team. But you talk about uber effective. So let me ask you something. If you got a team with Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins at small forward, Karl Malone at power forward, and Akeem Olajuwon at center, somebody got to pull back. You can't have everybody be a megastar with those five guys on the court. Everyone can't be a megastar. Somebody got to pull back. That was the brilliance of Magic Johnson. If you play with Magic Johnson, everyone felt like you were getting 100% of the other players on the court with him. If you play with Michael Jordan, somebody got to pull back and be Steve Kerr. You see what I'm saying? And what I see out of Rui Hachimura and DeAndre Ayton is those guys, it feels like they're playing downhill all the time. They're not pulling back. Whatever role they've settled into with the Lakers, it's ideal. It is perfect. You know, I hear a lot of people saying that when LeBron comes back, you need to send Rui to the bench and let Marcus Smart start, which is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Rui needs to start and DeAndre Ayton needs to start. Period, point blank. DeAndre Ayton's obvious, but Rui needs to start too. So back to what I was saying about Byron Scott. Even when Byron Scott, in the years he was not an all-star, and most years he was not an all-star, yo man, they would find him in his spot and he knock it down on the opposing team all freaking game. Just knock it down. As much as I love Byron Scott as a player, the opposing team, I'm sure it felt like that dude couldn't miss. Like, damn, man, how are we supposed to compete with them when they got him too? You know, that's what Rui feels like to me. Rui, I watched the dude play, man, and he will go to his spot, right? He plays off of Luka so well that when he receives the ball, it's either that three-point shot that he is going to knock down. Last year was not a fluke, and he's continued it into this year. He is going to knock that shot down. But when he gets that ball in his spot, usually free throw line, left or right corner, you see him going to that spot to shoot it from that spot. When he gets a smaller player on him, and he got his back to the basket, yo man, it's automatic. That dude is a superstar in his role, and he is a necessary piece. He is an absolutely necessary piece for the Lakers to go to the finals and win it all. When you look at DeAndre Ayton, it's the same thing. DeAndre Ayton just steady does what the team needs him to do. He's in the right place. He doesn't force anything. Field goal percentage through the roof. And he's just playing exactly what you need from him. He's giving it to us. And then on defense, I think a lot of people aren't recognizing that the reason why the stats aren't evening out is because DeAndre Ayton is in the game. DeAndre Ayton intimidates or blocks enough shots that he is not allowing the stats to even out like they did in the past. You know, and, you know, I got to give JJ Redick some credit for this. He has finally recognized that a center is absolutely necessary in the game of basketball. I didn't say in, quote unquote, this NBA. Like you'll hear a lot of dumbasses say, as if the game got reinvented in the last 5 years in this NBA. Nah. DeAndre Ayton is needed, and JJ Redick just understands, yo, you got to have a center on the court. And that kind of growth is why we lost to, is in part why we lost to Minnesota last year. JJ Redick did not understand that last year. He obviously understands it this year. When DeAndre Ayton comes out of the game, Jackson Hayes comes in the game. You don't see him trying any small lineups. You don't see him trying, generally, you don't see him trying to get cute, except for the first part of the second quarter against the Atlanta Hawks. But generally, you're not seeing JJ trying to be cute. You're seeing him doing what he now understands. In other words, JJ's grown. And I give him props for that. Props to JJ Redick for that. But yeah, man, I had to make a video about Rui Hachimura and DeAndre Ayton. Because those two guys are superstars in their role. They're doing everything that they're asked to do, that's wanted from them. They're giving it to us, man. And they're giving it to us in spades. And if they keep that up, and we could incorporate LeBron back into the mix. I mean, think about this. If you could take out Marcus Smart from the starting lineup and interject a LeBron James, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, you guys, the reason why we are so good right now, our record is so good right now, yeah, it's in part because of Luka. Just, that dude's better than I thought. I'm going to make a video about him right after this. But it's because of the consistency of DeAndre Ayton and Rui Hachimura. Those two have as much to do with our record right now as Austin Reeves does. Those guys are that important. Anyway, y'all, this is Pure Uncut Lakers. Please like and subscribe. I'll hit you up again.